I'm Stephen Pilkington with the Path Home team. Thank you for joining me today on today's video blog. So thank you so much for joining me on today's video blog. Today's topic is what should I know about selling my home in the fall season? So to start off, there's no such thing as a bad season to sell your home. Really, you just got to look into the specifics of what your neighborhood does during one season versus another. And while there are definitely some neighborhoods that seem to do a little bit more in the spring and the summertime, and you know who I'm talking about. You've got an acre of land, you've got lush green trees, you've got beautiful flowers. A lot of those homes, they look better in the springtime. So you can still sell in the fall, yet you want to know, what's your competition like? How many other homes are on the market? And to be frank, this applies to any neighborhood. So what we often see in the fall time is we see a lot of folks make their last push to sell before the holiday season. That being said, in the Denver metro area, between November, December, and January, we're averaging about 3,000 to 3,800 homes selling per month. So it's a great opportunity. And while that is less than the peak months we see of about 5,500 homes selling per month, we also usually see about a 28% decline in inventory. So selling in the fall may mean that you have less competition. It may mean that for your neighborhood, there's not much of a change in the price value. Yet the number one thing to do is to start by speaking with your realtor and getting as much data as possible to know in advance if this makes sense. Second, when we're selling in the fall, what else to consider? You know, the days are shorter. It might not be quite as bright outside. We get leaves in the yard, Halloween's coming, Thanksgiving's coming. So what can you do to take advantage of that? So to start off with the one about being bright, make sure you've got awesome bulbs in your house. Now, right now in Denver, it's getting dark around 7 o'clock, and soon it's going to get dark even earlier. So if you're going to have any nighttime showings, make sure to turn all those lights on. Don't rely on the showing agent to do it for you, because they may walk in, turn a couple of lights on, turn around, decide they don't like it because it's too dark, and leave. Where it's worth the investment in energy to turn those lights on, have some really nice warm lighting, and to make it nice and bright. So even if it's dark outside, it's going to be nice and bright inside. You know, and before they even get inside the house, if you've got beautiful big trees that are shedding all those leaves, make sure to keep on top of the leaves. If they've got to drive through piles of leaves to get to your house, if there's piles of leaves just wet all over the yard, it's really going to give them the impression that this is going to be a lot of work for them. It's going to be a lot of maintenance, and there might be other things that you may not have maintained. So we always want to give the best impression possible. So clean things up. And even though you may have flowers that are dying, well, pull them out and put a couple of pumpkins in. Do something decorative to take advantage of the season. Now, we want to be careful. If you're going to be selling your house, don't turn your house into a Halloween Scarefest wonderland. While some people may appreciate it, you're also going to turn off some people. So yet, take advantage of the things that anyone can appreciate. Some pumpkins, some corn stalks, things like that. Anyone can appreciate that, and it's really going to give a nice festive feel to your house. Because remember, it's not your house, it's soon to be their house, and we have to start planning on how they can start imagining themselves there. So finally, when I look at wrapping all of this up, it goes back to what does your market look like and what does the data say? There might be a big advantage for you to sell, and talk to your agent to figure out, because if you've got maybe 10 houses on the market right now, in a month, you may only have 3 houses on the market in your neighborhood. And unless my math is wrong, it's always best to be 1 out of 3 versus 1 out of 10 when it comes to selling. So I hope you've gotten value out of today's podcast, or out of today's video cast here. I'm Stephen Pilkington with the Path Home team. If you liked what we spoke about today, comment below. If you didn't like, let me know. If you have a topic that you would love for me to discuss in the future, please let me know, comment below, and I'd love to tackle that and get you as much information as I can. Until then, have a fantastic day.